There's been a lot of confidence in saying stuff about Bobby. But if you don't go out there and have some sort of resemblance of a quick game, then that's going to be a problem. Speaking of which, money quotes of the week here in the locker room. This is something we're going to start doing throughout the season on Friday. Money quotes of the week. CJ Stroud, shots fired at Bobby Slowick.
Damn it, Bobby.
I feel like a lot of times in the NFL, from what I've learned, is like a lot of coaches or teams try to make like the player fit the scheme instead of the scheme fitting the player. And I think it's sometimes a good thing because you get to challenge yourself to try new things, but also I think, you should come in and try to have the scheme fit the players in a way, just because, there's certain guys are really good at X, Y, and Z, not good at A, B, and C. And I think like there's a balance you need to have to like challenge yourself to try new things, but also doing things that, you're already naturally good at. So this offense does a good job at that, of like trying to, or doing things that guys are naturally good at, but also challenging to try new things.
They're writing checks. By the way, do we need a new version of writing checks? If I'm going to have a new version of keys and change it to fob, nobody writes checks anymore, right? What should I say? They're Venmoing. What is the new version of writing checks? So that's kind of hypocritical of me to say I got the fobs of the game instead of the keys, and then I say writing checks. More people have keys than writing checks these days. But they're saying a lot about Bobby Slowick. The point I'm making is they're saying a lot about Bobby Slowick. They're saying a lot. Now Nick Caley's actually got to call a game. So with all this talk, square peg, round hole, players got to do this, you better go out there and look like a competent offense. It's time to put up or shut up. No more checks. Oh, they're Zelling. Okay, they're writing Zells. Zell payments. Okay, we can go with the Zells. Roll with that. but that's where they're at. Defensive side of the rock. Azeez Al-Shire, as we go through the money quotes of the week. What's it like to be a captain, my friend? About parenting? Huh?
Does any extra pressure or responsibility come with being a captain on the team?
Yeah, it's so funny. Me and Nick and Sarah were talking, and he was telling me congratulations. I tell us like having kids. Anybody can have a child, but not everybody can be a good parent, a good father. So I feel like when you talk about being a captain, it's more responsibility than it is like swag or like some, just passion that you get. So when you get that honor, because it is an honor, you understand the responsibility that comes with it. I feel like people out here having kids, we don't understand what it's like to be a parent for real. So that's how I equate it.
All right, there you go. It's a hell of a quote by him. By Azeez. It's a good quote. Final money quote of the week. Let's sit crisscross applesauce. See, I updated my term there. Crisscross applesauce. And let's learn about the core axioms from Nick Caley. He said it a few times, and I've enjoyed the term. And I asked him what the F it means. Here's what he said.
You've mentioned a couple times now core axioms when talking about the offense.
Yep.
How does that, is that like an overall theme of the offense? Is it a position by position thing? Can you talk about core axioms specifically?
Yeah, I would say specifically it's playing smart football, not beating yourself. You can't win until you keep from losing. Okay, that's the first thing. So no pre-snap penalties, not turning over the football. That transcends every single position to me on offense. Okay. The second thing that I would say is playing fundamentally sound. Okay, there's great players in this league. We're going to go against plenty of them this week and every single week from here on out. So if you don't play with good fundamentals, you don't really give yourself the best chance to play. I believe in that to a core. That's how I was raised in this business. The staff believes in that. And so I believe in that for every single position. There's certain techniques that, the line does that may not carry over to receivers, but they both block. Okay, they both have to get a line. They both have to play with a level of urgency. And those are the things that we believe in. And then obviously being a dependable teammate and coming through and having guys trust you next to you. And that carries over into whether it's assignments, whether it's being able to be out there every single day and practicing and giving yourself a chance to get better. So those are the core axioms. I think you have to start there to have a foundation, and then you build it from there.
develop those? Where did you develop those? Did those something that you become an offensive coordinator and you find that, or is there somewhere along the way where you develop those?
Yeah, I mean, that's been the case when I coached, almost a decade on defense too. I think that for me, that's a belief that I've had since I was a young kid. I've obviously evolved and learned through the years, college stops, New England, Sean, a lot of great coaches that I've had the fortunate opportunity, DeMeco, right there front and center right now. So those are things that we believe in. That's the starting point for us, and we want to go play hard, and we want to play a clean game and play physical with technique and fundamentals and start there.
All right, there you go. It's the money quotes of the week. We'll do this every week on Friday as we head into the weekend. Got to start writing those checks, cashing those checks, whatever. I guess Zelle. We'll go Zelle with the fobs. We'll change that. But yes, those are the quotes of the week. We'll see how this whole thing goes. No more talking. DeMeco Ryan said it. Tired of talking about the offensive line. That could have been right there as well. Tired of the talk. Hell, you know what? Let's just add it in there because it was great and it's short and sweet. And I like what DeMeco said. He's tired of hearing the good stuff. He's tired of hearing the bad stuff. He just wants to see it. Bonus money quote of the week from DeMeco.
For our offensive line, we'll see. It's been questions all offseason about our offensive line. Everybody wants to know who's going out there. Who is this guy, this position, that position. It's just a lot of talk that quite frankly, I'm tired of talking about it. Like, it's time to go play, and let's see how our five matches up against a really great defensive line. And that's what we'll see on Sunday. Let's see how it all plays out.
Yeah, it's a money quote right there from DeMeco Ryan. He's ready. And it's not just about the bad. He's tired of the good. Let's go. Those are your money quotes.